Hey everyone, hello. Come on in. It's showtime, folks. Oh, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday. I know I am. I am working it. Let's see, we got some light on the subject. Okay, a little less than that. How you doing? Let's see who's going to be the first one to pipe up and say hello. It's Cassie. You win the prize, Cassie. I know Cassie has a wonderful habit. She takes notes in her Take Back Your Life notebook, and she's saying present. I think being present and working your program every single day is the key to success, right? Do you like Cassie? Hi, Lucy. I'm glad you're here too. And today I'm holding up my water glass. If you'll notice, there is no hot melt mix in it. Today is a fasting day. I have committed Tuesday and Thursday this week to 100% water fasting. So far, so good. I'm a little hungry, I'm not going to lie, but this is good. This is a good way. I feel like I need to do this. So for me, this is about blasting off of a plateau, and also sometimes you just have to push the envelope a little bit, don't you? I know I do. So that's what this is all about. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Helen. Come on in. Good to see everybody. I hope you're sharing these videos and helping me out to build our tribe. We have so many people. We have over 2,000 people in our Hot Melt group now. Did you know that? We started with nothing. And here we are a few months later with over 2,000 people in there, probably closer to 2,500. And it's a 7-day thing. And of course we have it coming up again, February 3rd. We do this once a month. And we do this because we care about ourselves, and sometimes we just all need a reset. We all need a reset. That's just the way it is. Today is Tuesday. That means it's our Tuesday tip. You know how much I love alliteration. Anytime I can do anything with alliteration, it's on. It is on. Yes. Listen to Cassie. She said she felt the drive-through urge and said no, and instead she has accountability to show up and be here. I love that. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Mary Ann, look at everybody showing up just like this. I love it. We always have urges that we're dealing with. We are human beings, and there are things that call to us. And understand, too, that there are companies out there, in my opinion, unethical companies, who make it hard to say no. There are companies out there manipulating your food, putting chemicals in there to manipulate your taste buds. Okay? Just remember that. When's the last time you had one French fry or one potato chip? Right? That's binge-worthy food. And the reason is because it was manipulated to be that way. Keep that in mind. Are you going to be their pawn, or are you going to be powerful, not pitiful, when it comes to that kind of stuff? Well, that's what I want to talk to you today about, is moving into the powerful place and staying away from being pitiful. That was one of our very first, probably my first quote of the week. And that first quote of the week, you know what that is? That quote of the week is setting the tone for our week. It gives us something to think about and to meditate on, and to really bring ourselves into the present moment so that we are participating in our life instead of sitting on the sidelines. We're playing full out. We are not ignoring anything. We're all about what's going on. We're all about what our goals are. There you go. I've got goals, lady, says Cassie. She's got goals because she has cast a vision for herself that's greater than what she has right now, which is greater than what she has right now, which doesn't mean that she's, less than. It just means that she sees herself in an excellent way. 1 year from now, 1 year from now, 1 year from today, we're all going to look back. And at some point, we're going to say, you know what, well done. Or we're going to say, gosh, I wish I want to feel triumphant, not regretful. What about you? What are you about? Triumph or regret? Victory or defeat? The contrast is always where it's at, isn't it? The contrast always tells the story, really and truly. And we have the ability, though, with a little bit of knowledge, to build into our brains new pathways. New ways of getting to the place that we want to, instead of being sidelined all the time and doing the same thing over and over again. The carousel of crazy. Instead of going through that stuff over and over again and having that be our lifestyle, we have ways to triumph over it. We have pathways that we can create in our brains to make victory possible. I don't ever, ever, ever want to see you in the place of feeling defeated. You don't have to feel defeated. You just have to know that this doesn't have to be the way. You can create your pathway at any time. And I have some principles that have just really helped. And as a matter of fact, I will share them with you at some point. I'll put them together in a PDF or something, or a graphic or something. We'll share it with everybody. But I was thinking about this weekend and how living in a powerful state instead of a pitiful state has certain things that play out, because pitiful never works. Pitiful and powerful cannot exist in the same sphere, really. You can't exist in the same mind. You're either going one way or the other. It's that contrast again. And pitiful is, we've done that, right? Haven't we had, how many pity parties have you thrown for yourself? I'm telling you, I'm the queen. I have had a pity party like you have not seen. I've had pity parties that find me in the place of just, oh, I'm never going to be good enough and I'm worthless and my, I'm all past, everybody else is present. I had my heyday, it's over, I'm too old. I've got a list. Do you have a list? Are you in that place of having a list? But then I decided to burn the list. You know why? It is not worthy of my time, my energy, or my life. Because all the obstacles that I want to put in my way, all the limitations that I want to put on myself are based on a belief system that's just false. Just false. And I bet you've got that list too. That's what keeps us on the carousel of crazy, by the way. It's our belief system. Because our belief system is the thing that directs our decisions. We don't make a decision based on, just willy-nilly here or there. We make our decisions based on what we believe about ourselves, about our environment, and about everything around us. And, quite honestly, it can be really, really painful. It can be a real problem. And that's why I want to take you through the power principles. I'm almost thinking about calling them power pillars, but that almost sounds like caterpillar. But maybe it is a pillar. Because what do pillars do? They hold everything up. And being powerful is what holds up the new life that you're wanting to create, right? That's what I believe. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, the 21-day knockout. If you're part of Take Back Your Life, that started yesterday. Now, I will invite you to go through that if you understand that this isn't taking care of your fasting methods. So what you need to do is cherry pick through this and decide what it is that you want to do. If you have a 12-hour fast going, then fine, you can just follow it exactly. If not, you're going to want to skip the breakfast and go right for lunch, depending on what your fasting schedule is. In other words, don't let go of your fasting schedule. But everything is right there, and it is a really easy, fun to do program that is, again, anti-inflammatory, because that's how we roll on everything. Okay? So I'm telling you about that, and I promise you we will open that up next time we do a 21-day knockout to everyone, so you can follow along with it and be a part of that community. The second thing that I wanted to tell you about is this. Look. Do you see that? It's our body clutter tea. Marla and I created this. It is a custom blend, y'all. Custom blend. We have green tea in there. Everything has a reason. We don't create anything for just whatever reason. Everything has a reason. It had 3 things in it. You've got in it black tea, green tea, and bergamot. And all of those things have a reason. And we're putting together a nice big fat juicy blog post on this whole tea so that you can understand why we put these things together. It tastes delicious. And it does a lot of mighty things, including it's part of the anti-inflammatory thing. So understand this, guys. This is what you need to know. Yes, it does have caffeine. We will have a non-caffeinated version of it coming out right now. We have the caffeine. We need to order 1,500 bags. You guys, that costs a few bucks, and it takes a little bit of doing. We will be ordering some decaffeinated, but for right now, this is what we have. Okay, and it's not that really, it's not caffeinated. And Jolande, I don't know how to say your name. Jolande, is it Jolande? That's pretty. The tea is delicious, hot or cold, and I have done both. You will get the bags. The bags are a little bit green. But let me just tell you, that's because everything in it is so fresh. So, two things. One, January, until the end of January, shipping is free at Saving Dinner until the end of January. That includes the tea. All right? If you want free shipping, my suggestion is you get on it. Go get everything ordered. And for those of you who are waiting for a couple of back orders and everything is in stock. Everything is shipping out today, so I'm just letting you know. We have everything. All right. The quote of the week is a Dolly Parton quote of all people. Here it is, MLK Day yesterday, right? And I have Dolly Parton as my quote of the week. But it's great. We cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails. That's Dolly Parton. And you know, when we are fighting all the time, trying to fight the wind and giving all of our energy towards something that is absolutely futile, we forget that the power lies in making a different decision and instead adjusting our sails, because that's how we capture that wind. That's how we can do things that seem almost effortless. You know, we talk about that in building our routines and our rituals, piggybacking things on top of each other and just making it kind of a natural progression of this is how we do things. I love that. And I love it when I can find things that I can see a direct contrast with what it is that I want and what I want to hold into my life and what it is that I want to get rid of. And when things crop up, you can see it. And when you're looking for the contrast at all times, it pops up in your mind. You just say, well, that's incongruent with what I want. Isn't that great? Getting rid of the incongruency is one way to live in peace. Getting rid of the incongruency stops the internal fight, and it makes us feel like we are victors in our lives instead of constantly being victims. Being a victim is not a worthwhile pursuit. Holding on to victimhood is akin to just, slowly bleeding to death. You lose the vitality of your life. And what are we trying to do here? We are trying to create a vibrant life where we're participating full out, no longer sitting on the sidelines, but we are involved with everything. We're not ducking out of pictures anymore because we're ashamed of ourselves. We're not staying away from activities because we can't do them. We are playing full out. That's a vibrant life. And each one of us, regardless of whatever might be holding us back, has the ability to do that. And I think the power principles will help you. So I'm going to go through them really quick for you. All right? Does that sound like a deal? But, before I do, April 18th is when we are having our Take Back Your Life workshop here in Brevard. And we're going to have a lot of ladies there. Let me just tell you, we will have all the information for that coming out next week. It is not a free event. I wish it was. I would make it a free event if I could, but you have to pay for the venue. You have to pay to get this thing together. And I'm telling you, it's going to be great. So please, April 18th, put it on your calendar. And if you want to go all the way and all the way in, that's how I like to play, make sure that you plan on the VIP meet and greet. We're going to have wine, we're going to have appetizers, and we're going to all hang out together and have a really good time, right? Come on. You know you want to come. Okay, power principles. Power principles are one of the things this is the stuff that gets me through, that makes me see that it's time to change a few things, right? Debbie's asking, do you have to be a part of Take Back Your Life to attend? No, you do not. You do not. You can attend, and we will be sending it out. Be on Saving Dinner's email list. And by the way, have you liked the Saving Dinner page here? If you like the Saving Dinner page here and then sign up, you can get the notifications when I go live. It's pretty much every day at 1 o'clock Eastern. So just so you know. No, you do not have to be a part of it, but definitely go to savingdinner.com, sign up for our emails, and you'll get all the information of everything that we do. We do a lot of free stuff, you guys. We do a ton of free stuff. We give you free menus. We do free stuff all the time. And we're there to help build and equip you for the kind of life that you want to lead. That's what we're doing. That's why I do these Facebook Lives every day. I do the same thing. I get my coaching. I get inspired every single day too. I don't just sit here and, come up with this stuff. I get fed. I read books. I watch webinars. I do things. I educate myself. You need to do it too. If what you have right now is making you say, you're saying, my life, I don't like it, or it's just whatever, and you want something more, then you have to go for it. Use the power principles. I've got 10. You ready? Number 1, there are 2 ways to live your life. You can live it powerfully or you can live it pitifully. One way or the other, but never both. Now, we got this quote from Joyce Meyer. Thank you, Joyce, for that. But it is such a contrast, and it's such a good way to look at things, because powerful, how does powerful feel? Powerful feels like you can do anything. Powerful says that your life is worth living. Pitiful, you're just existing. Pitiful is you're self-absorbed, and all you're thinking about is all the negativity, and you're living in the past or the future, worrying about the future. You're not present. You're missing it. Pitiful doesn't work. Pitiful is a 2-minute pity party, and then you got to pick yourself up and go. That's just how it is. That's the choice that we can make. Number 2, your knowing will tell you which way you're living. Are you tapped in? We all have this knowing deep, deep within us. As human beings, we're given these wonderful things called a soul. We're giving direct line to God. And if we are in tune with what's going on, we can tap into our knowing. Have you ever had that feeling where your knowing is telling you, no, 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 you don't want to do that, or something prevented you from doing something that you otherwise would have done? That's your knowing. And our knowing is fully charged, just waiting for us to tap in. So your knowing is going to tell you, you know what, Leanne, that's pitiful. You don't want to do that. You want to live powerfully. Powerful shows up. Powerful gets things done. Powerful is vibrant. It's positive. It's fun. Pitiful isn't. Pitiful's Eeyore walking around with a constant rain cloud over his head. You know, poor Eeyore. But he can move out of that, can't he? I think so. Number 3 is pitiful living is stressful and suffering. And stressful and suffering will bring down your health, guaranteed. It's also inflammatory. It will bring down your health. It stresses you out, your cortisol's upside down, and make you sleepless. I mean, there's 100 things I could tell you about what this does to your health. So when we create a different state of being by making a decision based on the belief that we do have it within us to live a powerful life, there's a big shift, and your health goes right along with it. Isn't that exciting? Think about that one for a minute. Feeling bad and suffering is a choice. It is a choice. At any moment, you can just unplug it. You can say, you know what, this is just really bogus. I don't want to do this. I do not want to be suffering. Now, you can pull the emotion out of just about everything. I mean, there are times, of course, I am not dismissing the human experience of times where it's really hard. But I'm saying that when you're having a lifestyle that is based on suffering, and that is based on just being stressed out and feeling bad all the time, there's no way to live like that. That means you're missing out on gratitude. You're missing out on the blessings. You're missing out on the sunshine and the trees and the birds and the people that you could be smiling at instead of grousing at. It's a choice. And choices are based on powerful decisions, which are based on your belief system. So what do you believe about yourself? Number 5, if you have consistent, pitiful thoughts that feel bad, you're living in the past. How is the past going to direct you into the future? How is the past and all the garbage that happened to you in the past, how is that ever going to help you out? If we look at it from a completely different perspective and just look at the past as an experience file, someplace where we can go open up and get the experience that we need and learn it once and for all, we can leave this past behind. That includes everything. That includes all the stuff that's causing you suffering that happened in the past. And we all have things that have happened, and we all have things that we would just really rather didn't happen to us, but we can't change that. What we can change is the way that we go forward with it. Pitiful or powerful? Your choice, your decision. Number 6, you cannot have a powerful life from a pitiful perspective. They cannot coexist. So going back and forth between pitiful and powerful is exhausting. Making a decision, however, to say that I am going to live a powerful life, and this is what it looks like. I always suggest to you get a notebook, piece of paper, and put a line down the middle. On one side, write the pros, and one side, write the cons. You can do this with pitiful or powerful. And notice what is going on. Instead of living on autopilot, you're living in the future tense, right now, and you're living from the prefrontal cortex, which will help to direct your path instead of just falling back on it. And when it comes out, and when you see it, and when it's announcing itself to you, tell it no. I mean, like loudly, no. One of the things that I've done with a few of my coaching clients, I mean, for years, this is one of the things that I've done with coaching clients who had a problem with overeating or binge eating or just constantly wanting to snicky snack and, ruin everything, because you know how snacking is, right? Snacking is evil. We always say that because snacking is merely mouth time entertainment. There is nothing nutritional about snacking. We don't need to snack. We just need our meals, and we need to eat when we're hungry, period. So one of the things that I have said in the past, and I do not know where I got this, you guys, but it is something I do with myself because I've had problems with addictive eating and binging and all of that myself. I come from the place of knowing because I've done it. When you close the kitchen, when you're done with dinner for the night and you are trying to get out of this habit, alert yourself that this is a done deal. In other words, you're walking out of the kitchen, it's clean, the dishes are going in the dishwasher, everything is done. And it's now 7 o'clock, and you're thinking, oh man, I would really like a bowl of ice cream, or I'd like whatever. Nope, the kitchen's closed. You announce that the kitchen's closed, and you clap your hands. And you know what that does? That makes your brain go, whoa, what's going on here? It's closed. The kitchen is closed. You're done. This is how you move out of habits that have been destructive to you before. And when you make a decision that you're no longer going to live in that kind of a place, it's pitiful to just keep caving on yourself because you're breaking your promises. But it's powerful to make a different decision and to do something different that allows you to do the thing that you want to do, that alerts your brain, this is not happening. This is what I want to do instead. And you write it down. It becomes an affirmation. And everything that you have that energy gets put into doing that thing. It's uncomfortable at first, maybe even a little bit of a struggle. But if you've got a body clutter buddy, and if you're staying present with it, you can do it. It's not a matter of willpower. It's a matter of changing your habits. It's a matter of changing your environment and changing your mind. That is a powerful decision. Transforming from pitiful to powerful, that is a decision. That is a choice. That is yours to do. Remember that. With everything that you have, you are never a victim to pitiful, ever, unless you decide to be. Number 8, the moment you recognize your thoughts being pitiful, you can immediately return to a powerful state by saying no to pitiful. And that means you speak it out loud. If you need to, you go look at yourself in the mirror and you say, you are powerful. I suggest a full-length mirror and to do a power pose, just like our friend Wonder Woman. Put your hands on your hips like you've got the bing, bing bracelets on. It's powerful. It's powerful to change your state. It's powerful to change your position, your body language. All of this is letting your brain know, no, I'm not going down this path. This is the path I'm choosing. Okay? You got that? Wonder Woman? How many Wonder Women do we have in the audience today? If you're a Wonder Woman, I want to see your pow pow. Show me your pow pow. Number 9, living in a powerful place, you can tap into all the resources that God has for you. Think about that. God has every single resource that you need. But he doesn't pick you laying there on the ground, balled up in a little ball, being pitiful and only thinking about yourself. He picks the powerful women. He picks the powerful women, and not just women that are out there, like changing the world, but women who understand that in order to live the life and to be open to the things that he is offering you, that means that you need to be standing up for yourself. That means that you need to be using your voice. That means that you're living in a powerful place. That means you're a woman of courage. You're a woman of passion. You're a woman of power. Pow pow, that's what I'm talking about. All these pow pows. I'm seeing all these Wonder Women right now exercising their wonderment. It's all yours. Choose it. Number 10, this last one. Living in a pitiful place, your only resources are limited to your own pitiful thoughts. You've cut yourself off from the universe. You've cut yourself off from the power of God. You've cut yourself off from your community and your friends and all the people who could come out to your side and to say, yes, you're worth it. Yes, you are. Yes, you've got this. And yes, you have a purpose in this lifetime because you're here. And that's good enough. So I invite you to really be thinking about this and really mulling this over, meditate on being powerful instead of pitiful. And if you find yourself in this place of doing this a lot, where you're going back into the pitiful state, decide today you're going to live in the present. Decide today that you are a Wonder Woman, pow pow, and that you're not going to accept a pitiful place anymore. It's your decision. It's your choice. And I believe with all of my heart that you have the power to make the right decision, the decision that is going to create the exact life that you want to live. That's what we do in these groups. So, Marianne's showing me some muscle. I like it. Show me your muscle. Show me what you got. I believe in you. And it's your time right now, today. Remember, we're taking 2020 on, girls. We are not going to sit by the wayside anymore. We're living and creating vibrant lives, starting today, starting for the rest of our lives. All right? You got this? You got this? Write it down. Write it down and own it because it's yours if you want it. Wow. That's pretty intense, isn't it? All right, I love you guys. Thanks so much for showing up. And remember, January is free shipping month. Grab your stuff now before prices go up, or shipping prices and all of that. I want you to get everything that you want. Peace. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for being Wonder Women. Pow, pow. I'll see you around.